Where under the stars are we heading now? Welcome to Big Apple Mountain Tarot. I'm Mike Rusnak.
I'm Everest Tall. Today we're going to talk about the full moon that's coming up in Taurus. This is going to be November 15th, 2024 at 2:28 Mountain Time, where we live.
So it's 4:28 Eastern, 1:28 Pacific. Yes, This is a very unsettling energy.
Disturbing.
In case you hadn't guessed already. Now, we're still, excuse me, we're still in Scorpio season. We're still processing the dark. Have we had enough dark to process, everyone?
No.
Have we?
No. Let's continue.
Facing the very worst of our fears.
Fear.
And this full moon is loaded with
Fear, power,
obstacles.
anxiety,
Yeah.
and our values, our personal values in relationship to others, the larger collective, the planet, and the universe, and time itself.
And when we're busy processing darkness and fear, it's good to remember to stand on our value system. So this is a chance. We have a chance to break through to our own value system and to grab the bull by the horns this week.
Correct.
If we choose.
If we choose. Now, if you imagine going way back to New Year's, at the beginning of this year, Mike and I were talking about...
Chinese New Year.
Chinese New Year.
So it was in January. And what we said was that this year was going to be a wood dragon year, tremendous, fast growth,
unexpected change
and pain, and that we wouldn't even have the time to kind of get negative and bicker and to keep pouring our misery into the collective, because we just simply do not have the time for that.
Right. This year,
and now is no exception.
Yeah, this year is about self-individuation, about ourselves. This is an Aries North Node energy. About realizing who we are, what our value system is, what our power is, and how to deal with rapid change and growth as society and the world and ourselves are evolving.
Yeah. Happy heavenly birthday to Dostoevsky, who said, and I think it's really appropriate when things are so complicated and strange and unusual and they just don't make sense. It's time to kind of get simple and rediscover the world. Get simple. To stand on your values, to live in the light of, I'm going to steal from someone's concession speech, live in the light of optimism, truth, faith, and service. Okay? What happens on this full moon, the moon will be tightly conjunct Uranus, which brings tremendous disruption. Surprise,
erratic
change, left field, yes,
pulsates
like packets of energy, like bubbles, so it disrupts you,
bubbles of chaos,
and it unnerves you. Also, Saturn will be moving direct that day, and Saturn is representative of our fear, our primal fear, the fear that happens between a parent and a child. It's not so much daddy, but it's any parent who teaches their child, if you do things that displease me, I will turn my love away from you, and it will become very cold and very scary. And that is...
the fear of like cosmic
repercussions.
It's like Cthulhu and Cthulhu in his eternal sleep, who has no care for the human beings because we're so miserable and small and pathetic that the chaos of nature itself runs us over. It's that kind of fear. Which I hadn't really thought about Saturn as fear, but it really, really, really makes a lot of sense because the boundary is the barrier.
Okay, and speaking of fear, we could get in our time machine, since we have our time machine to climb in and fly around. We could go back to 2008 when Pluto entered Capricorn. And something happened there that took our attention, and we're still, believe it or not, dealing with that very same thing today.
Right.
And this moon is urging us to get it straight and box it up and put it away for good.
For good, because
there's like an urgency about this moon.
Pluto is back in Capricorn for a little bit, and Pluto's going to leave Capricorn, thank goodness. But those issues that we started to deal with in 2008, personally and also collectively, specifically the government, are still with us, and they're about to kind of shift, and we have to kind of deal with it. There's a finality to this moon.
Because it's the moon conjunct Uranus is trining Pluto.
Right.
So this is a pointed message. Get this straight, get it right, put it away forever. Forever.
Don't bring it back up.
Yeah.
Put it in a box and forget it. Sink it in the ocean and forget it, because it's not coming back.
Saturn will be square to Mercury. So Saturn, fear, squaring Mercury. Mercury is also in conjunct this moon too.
Yeah.
But this means that we're going to be double guessing, triple guessing our words, our thoughts, our actions, trying to understand, is what we're saying, what we're adding, valid? Yeah. Is it even sane? Does it make any sense? Is it foolish?
Does it make any sense in the society that we're living in right now?
Is there a place for it?
Has the world moved?
Is it just noise?
Yeah, has the world moved so fast that we're left behind and are unable to catch up with it intellectually and also verbosely? The barriers of construct and time and language are kind of like at the edge. I'm at a loss of words lately.
Well, yes, and fascism is my enemy, naturally.
Yeah.
So I'm having a hard time, battling all the AI Christian bots online. So sometimes taking the fuel away from that argument is the best thing that you can do. It's not a retreat. It's moving the energy somewhere else.
Right.
And that's what we're about here.
And now Taurus, just to kind of, refresh everybody on Taurus. Taurus rules the second house. It's money, it's values, it's how you nourish yourself. It rules the body, the mouth, and the throat. So it's what you take in and what nourishes you and what your values are. The national values, the country values, the personal values.
The family values that you want to continue.
This card rules Taurus, is the Hierophant. This is number 5.
Us.
That's us. There's something to be learned by a higher power. This is about top-down structures, authority. This is, the Hierophant is the Pope. This isn't necessarily a religious statement or a Christian statement, God knows, but it has to do with learning a lesson from a higher power. These two fellows right here, these little priests.
More specifically, it's about what's no longer aligning with our purpose.
Right.
Too.
Correct.
Shedding that, letting it go.
Yeah. Shedding it, letting it go, learning higher lessons. Being in study and being in study of our personal values. I can't state that enough.
So this moon has a specific meaning for each sign. And we're going to go through sign by sign. Yeah. Because everything, excuse me, feels so upside down, we're going to start at the end.
We're going to start at the end.
So we'll start with Pisces.
The 12th house.
Work backwards.
Pisces rules the 12th house, which is all about mysteries, off-world, inspiration, spirituality, but also jails, institutions, and insane asylums.
Very, very good. Yes.
Okay. Pisces.
Wait, what else to say? There's something more. Mercury will be going retrograde on the 25th, so put a pin in that. Pluto will be moving into Aquarius on the 19th.
Yes.
Just a few days after this full moon. The full moon we're going to feel between tomorrow, that's Tuesday the 12th, and then around the 18th, 19th, when Pluto moves into Aquarius. Pluto in Aquarius for the next 23-4 years, it will be an expression where there's more of a need to control humanity.
Yeah.
Right? And now we see that's a very scary concept.
Pluto power.
But also people taking back their power in a grassroots sort of way.
Yeah.
And doing it themselves. And never mind what's on TV, never mind the government, never mind. But people need to act for themselves. So
sisters are doing it for themselves.
So, crisis opportunity.
Crisis opportunity. And now we're living. Isn't that great?
Why don't you split the
deck? Okay, I'm going to split the deck. Here's the deck. Do it like that. That's there. Good. Okay, so...
for Pisces and Pisces rising...
third house.
This full moon conjunct Uranus is happening, yes, in your third house. So this is the area of your siblings, of your neighbors, of your front porch politics.
Yeah, stoop.
Your small talk with your neighbors.
Yeah.
This may be a sudden realization that you need to get away from one of your siblings. It may also mean that you suddenly need to have a new friend in your life that you just you gel with, and you just can't live without their energy. What card did we pull for that? Okay,
here we got a 3 of swords.
Yeah.
Okay, third house, 3 of swords.
Trees are expansive. So look at how much you're gonna grow.
This card has to do with miscommunications, heartache, emotional weather. Swords are thoughts. This isn't cups. These are thoughts. These are thoughts that are expanding.
And when our thoughts are complicated, be simple.
Be simple.
Rediscover the world in simplicity.
And this is happening in your third house, which is communication, therapy, talking things out, trying to express yourself. Writing down your thoughts and feelings is always a wonderful way of taking care of yourself. Journaling your innermost expressions.
Yes, when your thoughts are out of control, write. When you're uninspired, read. That's Stephen King.
And that's wonderful. And, so Mercury's going to be retrograde. There's a lot of things being hashed out. Don't take things too personally. Don't invest yourself in too much information. It's going to be a wild ride until January-ish, probably for the rest of eternity. And just kind of relax into it and find some friends.
Be careful not to let the fear use you. See Saturn moving direct. Saturn is in Pisces.
Oh, of course, this is Saturn.
So this is that shock.
That fear.
That primal parental fear.
Control.
That's in you. That controls you. Your parents start that, and then we continue it. And we have to take accountability that we do that to ourselves. We scare ourselves into action or into inaction.
Right.
Okay, Pisces. So Aquarius. This is your fourth house.
Okay, I'll take that. That's kind of good news.
That's a brand new thought about your home and your children and your security.
How we mother ourselves. Individuation. This is a personal year. Everything's very personal. Here's a new thought. Here, you see the point of the sword. It's going into your head. This is like a seed of a new thought about how to nurture ourselves, how to care for ourselves, how to mother ourselves. Also, this is about home, a physical home.
Yes, it's the thing that you've missed about your physical home, though.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, what have I missed? Maybe I've got storage problems and I need to tear down my entire house and build a giant closet out of my everything.
At all this extra ceiling height if we rip the second floor out. Wow.
Yeah, I know. I think it's time to get the Sawzall out and carve a hole in my house. Maybe a new window.
Yeah. Quite Uranian, though.
Yes.
Surprise. Uranus, your planet.
Inspiration.
Yes.
Fourth house, inspiration, home, family, and how we nurture ourselves.
So Capricorn and Capricorn rising, fifth house.
It's a burden, buddy. You've got your Pluto back in you.
It's leaving now.
It's leaving.
But
you're almost home.
Capricorn rising, the message for you, this is about your fifth house. This is about your joy. This may be a sudden shock or realization that the joy that I'm finding is not the joy that used to bring me so much happiness.
Right.
And it could also be something about your children. Something that your kids are doing that you thought that they were past this behavior and they're not.
This is a 10. 10s are ends of cycles. So this is wands, passions. This is a passionate endeavor that we've been involved with since 2008, probably. And it's coming towards an end, and we got to kind of get the cargo into market. And
get the passions lined up so that you could at least organize them and see them.
Yeah.
Gather your feelings, re-sling them over your shoulder, make it easier to carry, lighten your load a little bit.
Yeah.
Find some fun, find some joy, make some love.
Make some love.
Make some children.
Make some children. Bingo. Have some grandkids.
Yeah. Sagittarius and Sagittarius rising.
6.
This is your 6th house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's very nice.
Okay, another 10.
This is about your health, your gut health.
Daily routines.
Daily routines, work, service, stewardship of pets. See the little dog?
Oh, yes, it is.
Yes. Yes.
Family values. Okay, so this is...
It's a checkup for you. And Mercury, again, is in Sagittarius and will be going retrograde. So this may mean a checkup at the doctor. It could also mean finding new happiness in service to your work.
But this has to do with generations also. Generations, generational wealth, generational values, family values, perhaps settle into your generational family values. What does your family, your collective, your group value and support and structure? If you're, let's say,
I think for you, start walking your route, your day-to-day route, down different streets, because that'll wake something up.
It'll wake something up.
And you will be surprised at what turns up.
Yes, you'll be surprised at what turns up, and how it's like Sagittarius, so it's like belief and wandering and faith, but lean in on what's been proven for your group.
Very good.
Okay.
Scorpio.
We're in Scorpio season.
This is your 7th house. So this is very much about your other, your partner. It could be, if you don't have a partner, it could be your partner in work.
Your legal issues.
Yes.
Your contracts, your agreements. This is the other person. This is our relationships. This is our marriages. This is the loves of our life.
It's about
open enemies.
It's about miscommunications and finding your guardrails, finding where your group of cells ends and your partner's group of cells begin.
Right, and hey, give me 5 minutes. I got to catch up on this. This energy. This card's called called the guardrails, and if you see. This fellow is all beaten up. He's been through a battle. And he's standing, leaning on his passions in front of this fortification.
What good are passions if no one's there to be your audience, to witness them?
What good are passions if you are beating yourself up?
Yes.
What good are passions if they're not working? What good are passions if they're not in agreement with other people? Are your agreements with other people clear?
Or if you can't monetize your passions, if you can't do anything with it.
Have you been in a project this year that wasn't set up correctly with proper information for the other, and now the other is like on your ass trying to get something from them that wasn't well managed?
Partnerships of all kinds to be tested here.
And okay, so this card is like, it's sad looking, but it's good because you've got to set up the boundaries with other people. Individuation, you've got to individually be able to say, this is where I stand, this is where I'm done, this is my limits.
This is what I can't change or compromise.
This is what I can do and what I can't do as a Scorpio. Okay.
So Libra rising, it's your 8th house, this full moon, and conjunct Uranus.
Other people's money.
Yes.
Sex and death. Oh. That's funny. Okay.
Have some deadly sex.
Have some deadly, shitty sex. So this is the card of Scorpio. This is the card of 8th house. This is a really strong one for you, Libra.
And it rules, also family, insurance matters, and home for you.
Everything changes. Yeah. That's the law of the universe. We know this. It's not the best news to be told all the time, but everything changes.
And we're always shedding.
The governments die, kings die, we die.
Our
death comes.
Perspective changes. We
are incarnated and we are disincarnated. Mm-hmm. That's the nature of life. Things change. And as a Libra, trying to balance this and trying to navigate it and even things out for your own benefit and for everyone else's, it's a difficult pill to swallow to be like, okay, change. Yes, rebalance.
And this moon is trining Libra too. So this is very beneficial. What would you say to yourself if you could time travel back to 2008?
Yeah.
What advice?
What advice would you give yourself? Mm-hmm. You wouldn't believe what you tell yourself. I guarantee it. You would be like, no, you're lying.
Would your past self even want to hear it or believe
No,
that?
No, absolutely not. Yeah. Well, I can only talk for myself. But...
yes, you sure can. Virgo and Virgo rising.
Okay, Virgo.
This moon is hitting your 9th house. So this is matters of faith, higher learning, your ideas about God.
Long distance travels. Mm-hmm. This is the arrow being shot into the sky, knowing it will hit the target.
With the faith in your heart that it's going to find its target, yes.
I trust. Hey, home security. Queen of Pentacles. Pentacles, money. Pentacles, values. Taurus, values. Queen of Taurus. Here she is. This card has to do with pregnancy, nurturing, home values, feminine support systems. Not let's talking feminine like girl boy, but feminine.
The softer
side of the world. Softer side of home security.
Nurturing.
National security.
Nurturing yourself, nurturing your beliefs.
Protecting your beliefs.
Giving your faith a lot of room. Some room to grow.
Yeah.
We're moving to Pisces North Node, which is going to be 18 months of heavy duty faith and beliefs.
And if you go back to that Taurus image of eating and consumption and the way we fuel our bodies, our physical vessels, we fuel them properly so they can grow and function for us. This has a lot to do with that thoughtful fuel of values that support, nourish, and propel us through the world.
Intelligent gut health.
That's all about you.
Leo rising, this is your 10th house that this moon is hitting. So that is your career, but also...
your public persona, how you're seen.
And also your legacy. So this may bring about a sudden shock that there's not been enough thought about what your legacy in this world is, Sudden like, oh my God, and I have days to do that? Wait, what?
What?
Pardon me?
Excuse me? Hey.
Okay. Page of Wands. This is new, youthful passion.
Youthful passions coming to the Leos. I love this. Mm-hmm. He's got a little...
I have this new idea. I'm going to go sell sandwiches at
I've
lunchtime.
got a feather in my cap.
Yeah.
A red feather, an active, thoughtful feather in their cap. Mm-hmm. And there's this wand, this passion.
The world looks a little light on leadership. Oh, I have an idea.
I'll be a leader. Hello. Everyone loves a Leo leader.
But it's legacy-based. Yeah.
A Leo leader, legacy-based. Mm-hmm. This is a youthful, new energy that you want to talk about, that you want to articulate, that you want to think about, and you want to...
Maybe this is an idea that you felt disrupted repeatedly, and suddenly you're like, wait a minute, what is going on? Why do I keep getting stalled out here?
Why am I stalling myself out?
Yes.
This is still an individuation year. It's about the self.
So Cancer. This is your 11th house. Cancer. 11th house, friends.
Networks.
And networks.
Technology.
But fighting for humanity.
Uranus rules this sign. Mm-hmm. Uranus is very active in this moon. And what is this card? Let's see. Boom. Oh, okay.
And Pluto moving into Aquarius, 11th house, right?
Crossroads.
Yeah, crossroads, but networks. And it's about letting the right people into your life, you know?
Yeah.
Reconsidering who you've had as friends throughout your life and going, well, wait, maybe I could open up that the idea of friend circles to include this group or that group or that group. Be surprised by it.
Yeah, the Two of Swords, it's about crossroads. They're thoughts. These are swords. These are thoughts. This is mental information. This also has a little bit to do with being blinded to reality.
Blinded by
because
it's binary.
You're not in tune with your emotional space.
Yeah.
You're blinded and you're holding up these heavy thoughts, waiting for a point to let them go. But emotionally, there's a disconnect, perhaps. Mm-hmm. Perhaps there's been an emotional disconnect and we're caught in our heads.
Or it's like, I feel so much I can't feel anymore. Don't ask me to feel anymore. I need to think more. But my thoughts are doing that. Yeah. No, I need to feel more. I need to
feel.
Or regulate the feelings and intuit gently.
Or even perhaps accept that you were blind to an emotional space that you were unexpected to. And here we are.
You must consider things that are wildly out of the box, though. Wildly
out of the box. Like, imagine the North Korean soldiers in Ukraine. Wildly out of the box.
No.
Yeah, I can. I can.
Gemini rising.
Gemini's right.
12th
house. Subconscious.
So this could be a great deal of fear and shock and dread. Now, rest a lot if you can, all right? Because your dreams will become very wild.
Yeah, no, this is a time for the Geminis to have a dream journal. This is going to be in your subconscious, like, nobody knows. It's going to be gangbusters.
It could be
visions.
It could be visions. It could be hauntings.
It could be paranoia.
It could be like voices.
There could be misunderstandings, but just kind of this is one trick that is useful. As you go to bed, just kind of ask yourself and program your subconscious to show you what you need to know. Don't program yourself to fear. Before you go to bed, don't load up on a bunch of garbage that's scary. Give yourself something to rest on as you're sleeping.
You need some decompression time.
Perhaps you need to spend some time with your girlfriends. Here is the Three of Cups. Circles of support. Emotional space.
Different walks of life.
Exactly.
Yes, and celebrate that. Uranus is the great awakener, though. So ask Uranus, what message do you have for me, Uranus?
What's the celebration?
What is it?
Yeah. And where is the subconscious celebration? Where is the communications with outer world, extraterrestrial, off-planet information? Because this is what we're going to get into in the next cycle of the eclipses, is off-world stuff. But that's another story. But it's like this three expansive, emotional, energetic, celebratory information coming into you.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. Taurus. This is all about you. This is your first house.
Okay, Taurus. What you got?
So, physical regeneration for you.
Yes.
It's a complete check on your ego and your values, your beliefs. This could mean for you a sudden, an abrupt change of mind. Like, I've lived every day up until this point, and now I've hit a wall. And I have to reconsider everything, right? And
my body
backwards.
In space.
Yes.
My body on Earth. Yeah. My physical body and how I value my body on Earth.
Maybe there's nothing to do with my wealth, but to give it away. You know?
Perhaps there's...
That's temperance. That's like, okay,
it's not all self-pleasure based. It's not glamour and gold and jewelry and the best wine. The best wine and the best food and the best steak done just right. Perhaps we share these delights that we know and we appreciate with other people. Perhaps we share our values. This is temperance. This card's amazing. This card is the balancing of spiritual waters.
Yeah, earth and water.
Earth and water. As we see, this little angel, he's got 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on the land. There's a balancing of our emotional space and our physical grounding. And there's a little path that leads to a crown because we're going to learn all of our lessons and we're going to go to heaven.
We're going to
graduate. This is a really positive card. And I could imagine that Taurus has been through a lot lately. And I really hope that this moon, is gentle and kind with you and solidifies.
But it's a message to be more of yourself without care for others.
Right.
It's about you. It's all about you right now.
Yes.
And don't worry about shocking or upsetting people. This is what you really need to do, Taurus.
Yeah, nobody else cares about your shoes or what you ate or the quality of drink that you imbibe on. Nobody cares about that except for you. That's your own business. But perhaps you can share. You can help somebody grow.
You could open a resort.
Yeah, open a resort, open a restaurant, help somebody else appreciate the finer things in life, especially when it's a dark, chaotic, rage-filled world.
Yeah.
Be gentle and help people, because not everyone...
Be the change you want to see.
Not everybody can, enjoy a meal or, enjoy, a glass of tea. Not everyone can do that. You got to have a friend who can teach you.
Last but not least is Aries. And Aries rising. So this energy is hitting your second house. So this is about your finances, money, about power struggles.
Power struggles.
How you use wealth and how wealth uses you. And let it go if it's not a deep desire.
Oh.
Okay.
Line it up. This is 8 of Wands. Things are coming fast at you.
So 8. So it's... Money, others' economies.
Economies. Aries, we've been talking about this. Aries, you have a very strong reaction in other people. You can't help it. That's just what happens with Aries.
You shake people up.
Your actions cause reactions. This is the fast causal reaction to deal with. If it seems like a lot, break it up in little pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just go down the list. Complete each thing as you do. Start from the beginning of the one and go to the end, beginning to end. Just kind of knock it down. Fast. It's a very fast energy, which you can handle because Aries are super quick.
Super fast.
Super quick. Super fast, strong. Super powerful.
Martian.
Wonderful. This is great. I'm thinking about a couple Aries, and I hope this is fantastic for you. Now, this energy is back in Capricorn, and just as a side note, a lot of things happened over the summer. It's going to bring up emotional... Echoes of that. So what was happening in June and July, if it's not been... if you had
resolved, it'll come back and rework you again. And
right. If you're dealing with a divorce, issues with children, issues with finances, job loss. Emotionally, this is coming back to deal with. And for a lot of friends of mine, it's been a very painful time over the summer. And now we get a chance to really kind of settle it and find out where we individually feel about this issue in our personal values, which is a big one.
Yeah, this is a real test. What do we do with our fear? What do we do with our pain?
Yeah.
And it's urgent that we get this right.
Yeah, and this is...
so that we could go
This
forward,
is personal.
Evolve now.
This isn't like me and Mike, our values. This is my values. This is Mike's values. This is your personal values out there. And it has to get resolved, or at least visualized. It doesn't need to be resolved in this round, but at least visualized and seen and identified so we can deal with it.
Keep thinking wild, out of the box. And keep saying out of the box, out of the box.
Out of the box, out of the box. But, you know, I'm going to say this, and I don't mean to scare people. If we don't individually understand where we are in our personal values in this time on Earth right now, we're going to have a big problem coming up for the next eclipse season, which has to do with spirituality
and escapism.
And
we don't want to go that way.
We can't escape.
We could try, but we are not. It's going to boomerang on us like everything.
It'll boomerang on it.
Yes.
So we can excel, we can go off-world.
Walk the more difficult but righteous path.
And with that, we thank you.
Live in righteousness.
Live in your personal, individual value righteousness. Speak your truth, share it. Be kind to others. Understand that everybody has their own journey and their own battles and are having their own issues to deal with. Be kind and be gentle and get a lot of rest and don't scare yourself.
It's a wonderful, wonderful life.
Address fear. Thank you.